according to John Lear claims, he says we control alien technology and there are colonies on Mars. John Lear, a retired CIA pilot, secretly walked on the moon since, he says, had secretly walked on the moon since 1962, also on Mars since 1966, and NASA uses alien technology obtained from an alien spacecraft that crashed on Earth in 1953, he said, according to his claims. John Lear, a distinguished figure with a storied background, transcended his roles as a U.S. Air Force captain and a skilled CIA pilot. His legacy was shaped not only by his familial connection to the inventor of the Learjet, his father, a notable engine, but also by his remarkable record of flying over 150 test planes and setting an impressive 18 world speed records. Lear's aviation expertise extended across a wide spectrum, as evidenced by his extensive career with 28 diverse aviation companies. His dedication and proficiency in the field garnered him a remarkable array of accolades from the Federal Aviation Administration, including ratings as an airplane transport pilot, a flight instructor, ground instructor, flight navigator, engineer, aircraft dispatcher, airframe power plant mechanic, parachute rigger, and even a tower operator. And although John Lear passed away in 2022, his contributions to aviation and his role as a pilot remain an essential part of his legacy. His accomplishments, combined with his insights into aviation technology and his intriguing disclosures about lunar and Martian exploration, have left a lasting impact on our understanding of the possibilities that lie beyond our planet's boundaries. During the 1980s and 90s, he commenced an outspoken disclosure of classified information. Here's a glimpse of the data he shared during a radio interview on the show Coast to Coast. He says in 1953, an alien ship crashed and they captured the ETs named EBE-3. Joe Rode, also confirmed by Dan Burish, who used the U.S. government air forces to build spaceships with extraterrestrial technology. In 1962, they had vehicles that could not go faster than the speed of light like the ET vehicles, but fast enough to reach the moon in an hour. And they could make regular trips to Mars. We were making regular trips to Mars in 1966, he said. Mercury, Apollo, and the rest of the missions were nothing more than decoys to distract the population's attention from what we were really doing. They were building various buildings on the moon, he said. In 1966, they landed on Mars, and since then they have already explored most of the planets in our solar system. They have also found that there is life very similar to ours in some of them. This is according to his claims. He says, 1970s, before NASA began erasing without a trace the photos taken by Apollo 8, 10, and 11, and published in 1971 in the NASA book SB2-46, and you can see a city, a space base, tubes, roads, vegetation, air and atmosphere, gravity 66% relative to Earth. There is light, mining operations, a nuclear reactor, he said. In order to do this, extraterrestrial collaboration has been necessary, and many buildings on the moon were already there before operations began on it. It has been done for the last 40 years, according to his claims. In the mid-1950s, John's father participated in highly classified anti-gravity technology initiatives, a technology that remains shrouded in secrecy even today. And according to John Lear's source within the U.S. government, he could say three things. He said, we have been going to the moon since 1962. The population of Mars is around 600 million, and they are exactly like us, he says. He had worked with a part of the mining equipment that was to go to the moon, and he told him, John, we built this in Alabama. It was so big that when we finished the project, I took a small plane and flew over this piece of equipment to get an idea of how big it was. What's truly astounding is the presence of numerous authoritative figures, including military personnel and specialists in areas like espionage and space aeronautics, who corroborate the significant portion of these astounding claims. Notable names such as Colonel Phil Corso, David Wilcock, Glenn Steckling, Henry Deacon, and Gilbert Levine lend their weight to these narratives. These individuals are not merely eccentric, they hold pivotal roles in space research, and this raises the question, why do they choose to unveil these unconventional stories which are consistently concealed by the mainstream media, often referred to as matrix media? And this is on Collective Spark. There are a few included videos if you want to see. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.